Welcome back to the show, my friend. Well, he's a young chef putting a new spin on all those boring old cooking videos, sharing recipes for everything we want to eat in 30 seconds or less. Watch.
That's how I like to make my Brussels sprouts. Yeah. 3 cloves of garlic, 1 shallot, Brussels sprouts, medium high, oil, garlic, some walnuts, your sprouts, shallot, lemon, wine, salt, pepper. Let your wine reduce. Oh, baby.
That's right, pepper, my favorite thing. That's Noodeats, who has more than 105,000 followers on TikTok and 25,000 more on Instagram. Joining us live is the man behind Noodeats. There he is. It's Jared.
Good morning.
What's up, Jared? How you doing?
Doing good. How about you?
Good. Okay. Question number 1. Why the no shirt? And does oil ever spit back on you?
Yeah, sometimes I get a little splash of oil, but it's always like on my forearm, so it's nowhere that a shirt would be. But yeah, I think the no shirt thing kind of grabs people's attention.
Well, I was going to say, because, you know, I was going to ask you the question of, hey, what's the secret of your success? It is standing out in an ocean of content makers. So,
right.
So it was a conscious, I mean, we can have fun with it, but I would take it was a conscious choice of like, okay, this is how I can set my videos apart from the million other cooking videos. Am I right on that?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like you're scrolling through a bunch of cooking videos because it's super popular right now on TikTok. And then so you see somebody shirtless and it kind of, I don't know, makes some people stop, maybe some people scroll right by.
Well, what is your background like? Why cooking? I mean, do your folks cook or what made you want to get into this?
I think it stemmed from my dad. I grew up cooking with him my whole life. Even like when I was a little kid, I was standing up on a chair so I could reach the stove and cook with him. So I think I got all my like, I don't know, cooking skills from him and techniques.
Because he does classic, correct me if I'm wrong here, he does classic, authentic Italian cuisine, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and he learned everything from his mom, and I think she's the head chef of the whole family.
What does she think of this, Jared?
She loves it. She loves watching all the videos, and she's always like calling me and asking me about recipes, like what I made that day. Or
I'm always curious of the moment you know, and what I mean by that is, was there a moment or a month or a recipe when you thought, holy crap, I'm not just getting 100 views, but you look at your views and it's clocking at 1 million. When was that, and what was that like?
It was honestly pretty crazy because I thought maybe I got at the most like 500 views or something like that. But I think it was like the tomato soup video, but it was like all of a sudden it jumped up to like 1 million views, and I was like, oh my God, this is actually something.
And it was tomato soup?
Yeah. Something as simple as that.
Okay, the video that we just showed you cutting, and I was telling the staff, you cut really well. So our producer wants to know what knives are your favorites? Do you have a knife brand that you love to use?
Yeah, I have a whole set of Hammerstall knives. I mean, I use them like, I don't know, 5 times throughout the day, and I've had it for a few years, and it's never let me down.
Well, we're going to be cooking a little bit later with them. What's one of the biggest, what's one of the craziest things or most consistent things people say to you on social media? I mean, I was looking through your comments, and other than marriage proposals, I mean, I'm sure you get a few of those.
Yeah, I get a lot of, when are you going to cook without an apron, or can I have you live with me and cook for me every day? A lot of stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna cook with you a little bit later. What is one of your favorite recipes? Well, the one that we saw as far as popularity, your potato stacks recipe. We looked 3.5 million likes. We're looking at it right now. What is that, Jared, exactly?
It's a bunch of thinly sliced potatoes, and then you mix it with butter, Parmesan, and a bunch of herbs and nice spices, and then you stack them in a muffin tin. and then put them in the oven, and they come out beautifully crispy and soft on the inside.
Oh,
They're just all around magical.
that looks amazing. How many videos do you do a week, my friend?
At first we were doing like 3 videos a day, but I cut that back, and I'm making about 4 or 5 videos a week.
Now, I noticed you said we. Who helps you on camera, buddy?
Oh, my sister, she does a bunch of the work. She does all the filming and editing and a lot of the posting too. So
Yeah,
it's kind of a group effort.
A family affair. Well, I love it.
Yeah.
As I said, Jared's going to cook for us. Well, he's going to do what he does. He's going to cook for us. And if you want to follow him, and I know you do, TikTok or Instagram, just search for Noodeats. And like I said, Jared's going to stick around after the break. His recipe for bruschetta when we come back. Back in a moment, everybody.
Let's make pasta again. Whoa, 3 cloves of garlic, 1 shallot. Slice up your prosciutto, garlic, shallot, chili flakes, yeah, peas, white wine, reduce by half, pasta na prosciutto. Add your pasta, oh, parmesan, pasta water. That is unreal.
Yeah, it is. That's our guest, Jared, the guy behind Noodeats, making one of his delicious pasta dishes on TikTok. As I said, Jared's going to cook in just a second. Jared, what do you hope to do? You know, what do you hope to leverage? I mean, this is great. I mean, the amount of followers you have, it's a great platform. What do you hope to do long term?
I'd like to transfer over to YouTube because I feel like that's more sustainable way of making videos and kind of put more character into it and get like more into detail with all the recipes.
Well, that I was gonna, it was one of the things I was gonna ask you in our other segment. What is, as a guy that does a talk show with cooking segments where you normally have 4 to 5 minutes, and I know the flow and the rhythm of those. For you, what is the biggest challenge to do a recipe to convey how to make it in 30 seconds? What is it? Is it just getting your point across and getting the technical stuff down?
Yeah, I think it's like just getting the baseline of like what you need for each dish, but it would be nicer like for YouTube, I could do like just like one like big dish or like even like multiple dishes, making a whole dinner.
Yeah.
So it's harder to do that on TikTok.
Absolutely. Okay, I said bruschetta. Go ahead, take it away. How are we doing this?
All right, so we're gonna start out by dicing about 3 tomatoes, and you can use any tomato you like. There's no wrong way to do this. We're just gonna dice this up. Then I already have some magically diced right here. I'm gonna add all that to a bowl, and then my favorite part about making this dish is chopping up the basil. We're going to use about a handful of this, and you roll it, and then you just chop along the edge nice and fine.
Jared, it's interesting you said any type of tomato. Every recipe, some recipes I've seen said very specific, like Romas, but you said you can use any type you want?
Yeah, I mean, this is a dish that you kind of make your own, like the amounts of like olive oil, balsamic, and salt and pepper. So I kind of like to use this as you express yourself throughout this dish.
Got it.
And then next, we're gonna add some sliced garlic, about 2 cloves, and then we're gonna hold on to 1 to rub onto our baguette. And so next, we got our basil, our tomatoes, and garlic in the bowl. Just gonna add a splash of balsamic, and then drizzle in some oil, a generous amount.
This is one of those things, this is one of those recipes, Jared, that I think people think is difficult because they see it, they order it an appetizer, but it's really, it's pretty easy to do for even common folk like us who aren't you.
Yeah, right. All you need to do is cut up some vegetables and add some oil and salt and pepper, and you're already there. So next, we're gonna juice in about half a lemon.
Okay.
Kind of brightens everything up. And then this is the little secret. I'm gonna add a little fish sauce, about half a teaspoon. And once you try it, you'll understand why we put it in there.
Wait a minute. You put a little bit of fish sauce?
Fish sauce, yes.
What is it, Jared? What does it do flavor profile wise?
I don't know, it kind of, I don't know, makes the flavors more bold and hearty, and you kind of, I don't know, it just, something magical about it that just brings out all the flavors.
I love that.
And then we're going to add a tiny pinch of salt, not too much because we already put the fish sauce in there. And then some pepper, as much as you like.
I do,
Then,
Jared, you've got me sincerely, because I do a radio show too. I can no longer just say pepper. Like anytime I say it now, and I'm very, you know, I'm from Chicago and Minnesota, so I just always say pepper. Like that's
Right.
You've ruined me for ever using the R in that word again.
It's hard not to say it now.
Yeah.
So now we're going to stir this up. Stir everything together. And this is where you can kind of stir it all together and give it a little taste and see if it needs any extra salt or pepper or lemon juice.
And then
This is the magical part. You get yourself some toasted bread, rub that garlic on there,
oh,
and then you just dip your bread right in there.
done. Jared, man, I so appreciate this, and I got to tell you, it's this is the beginning for you. YouTube shows, you're going to be big, and I appreciate you coming on.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Jared from Noodeats. Everybody, be sure to check him out on TikTok and Instagram. Just search for Noodeats. We'll be sharing this recipe on our Facebook and YouTube pages under Jason Show TV.